7:33 on this Friday morning. Gene's here. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning.
How are you? We missed you yesterday.
Yeah, special assignment yesterday.
I understand. Did you find a new career?
Did I find a new career?
I know you went to a career fair.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Okay. So apparently you got some leads.
Yeah.
There you go. How was it out there?
Oh, it was good. I wasn't able to make it the previous year, so it was good to get back, see some familiar faces and some new ones.
Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There wasn't one in the previous year. They didn't have one last year.
Actually, there was. We just didn't know about it.
Oh, I thought all that was COVID related.
There actually was.
They did have one last
modified,
year.
But they had one.
Well, that's why it was modified.
Absolutely.
We don't do modified. No, I'm joking. It was so. There's a lot of people out there. A lot of fun.
It was a great crowd. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Surge of people came in at the beginning, and it pretty much stayed that way until about 15 to the hour of wrapping it up. That's
great. That's great. That's good. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm really happy you didn't find a new career, but not yet anyway. We got some birthdays. You ready to jump into the birthdays? Angie Dickinson, you remember her?
I do remember Angie Dickinson.
All over the place.
Yeah, she was police or something.
Policewoman, yeah.
Policewoman.
And everything else. She's 91 now.
Wow.
So she's probably just kicking back at the house. Sissy Houston is 89. You know what Sissy Houston is, right?
No.
She is a religious, she sings religious music, Christian music. She was, I think she's an aunt or she's related to Whitney Houston.
Okay.
But
all right.
She's 89. Johnny Mathis, everybody heard of him. He's 87, still out there singing somewhere. Lynn Carew, Blue Bloods, and the film Four Seasons. He's 83. Marilyn McCoo of and Billy Davis, his wife, she's 79. Sylvia Peterson of the Chiffons is 76. John Finn of Cold Case is 70 years old today. We have Deborah Allen is 69. It says Deborah Allen is a country singer. The Deborah Allen I know was a choreographer, so apparently we're two different Deborah Allens. Calvin Levels, Adventures in Babysitting, he's 68. Apparently he was the babysitter. Jazz singer Patrice Russian is 68. Barry Williams, does that name ring a bell?
It should.
Barry was one of the kids on the Brady Bunch.
Okay. Well, I never really got into the Brady Bunch.
He's not a kid anymore. He's 68.
The Bunch or the Brunch.
Yeah, that's right. Fran Drescher, she was has that weird voice. She's 65.
Mm-hmm.
Marty Stewart, he was, do you know who his father-in-law was?
No.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash
was his father-in-law. But he's a famous country guy in his own right. He's 64 today. Crystal Bernard, she was in Wings, very funny. She's 61. I don't know what she's doing now. Eric Stoltz, he is 61 as well. And we're going to wrap this up. Monica Bellucci, The Passions of Christ and The Matrix Reloaded, 58 years old today. Local birthdays. You ready for them?
I'm ready.
Everybody and their cousins having a birthday today. We'll get to them in just a minute.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Happy birthdays this morning to a long list of people, including Anissa Cruz, Alex Hill, Melissa Irales, Isabel Jaime, Eric Perez, Cassandra Ramos, Jesse Galvez, Blanca Irales Martin, Clarissa Schultz, Ray de la Rosa Sr., Emilia Hernandez, Jeffrey Brooker, Darren Guzman, Eric Torres, Deanna Lara, Rosalinda Pineda, Norma and Nancy Serna. We have Antonia Lemus, Jaden Wilson, Teresa Ornelas, John Wu, Lance Coombs, Paul Longoria, Mary Borchard, J.J. Galvan, Michael Flanagan, Orzik Vallarta, Lisa Marquez, Melissa Castlun, and Fabiola Ornelas. Happy birthday to each and every one.
Hello, I'm Camila Marquez. We were wondering if you could vote for a dad named George Marquez. Hi, my name is Mia Marquez, and my dad is running for district attorney. He is a great dad. That's why I think he will be a great district attorney. And he protects people. Remember to vote for George Marquez this November 8. He will keep our families safe. Don't forget to vote! Vote George Marquez for district attorney.
Paid for by the committee to elect George Marquez for District Attorney 2022.
And we are now ready for World and California News headlines, brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales and service, call the experts at Lock Air Conditioning.
CBS News special report. Vladimir Putin has formally annexed 4 regions of Ukraine after holding what the U.S. calls sham referendums. Ukraine's leader has just made a move to speed up his country's bid to join an organization of Western nations. Correspondent Cami McCormick reports.
Ukrainian President Zelensky is submitting an accelerated application to join NATO. It isn't clear how that will be greeted. An attack on one NATO member is considered an attack on all and could draw the West into the war.
In Moscow, chants of Russia, Russia in a glittery ceremony at the Kremlin where Putin addressed residents of those 4 annexed regions. CBS's Holly Williams at the foreign desk.
Putin said that people there will become Russian citizens, quote, forever. He claimed that that was the will of millions of people.
And word just in, the U.S. has sanctioned more than 1,000 Russians and firms. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Gas prices continuing their climb toward record highs, up another 11 cents statewide overnight. It was a statewide average of $6.29 a gallon, an increase of 71 cents a gallon from just last week. Doug Shoup with AAA saying the gas price hikes continue because of ongoing issues with local refineries.
Until these refineries other issues are resolved and they're fully operational again, then we're going to continue to have very low fuel inventories, and that would lead to higher pump prices.
Statewide average now just pennies below the all-time high. California Red Cross volunteers heading east for at least a couple of weeks to help in the state of Florida, where Hurricane Ian left record devastation. LA Region CEO Joanne Lone says the main mission is to help open dozens of shelters.
Folks are showing up with very little. They have just lost everything. They've nowhere to go. They're hungry.
Saying volunteers could be sent to other states also impacted by the hurricane. Cooling to the low 80s in Southern California, low 90s in Sacramento and Bakersfield. Jeff Scott, California News.
And the World California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. For your air conditioning and sheet metal needs, call Lock Air Conditioning today, 760-353-4501.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
And it's page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you at the El Centro Motors in Brawley, the Brawley Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. With page 1 of the local news, here's Gene Brister.
An arrest made after social media threat. George Gale has the story.
This is the second social media threat this week. An arrest has been made in the issue. According to Sergeant Aaron Messick of the El Centro Police Department, the department was made aware of the threat at about 7:40 a.m. yesterday morning. The threat was made on a social media platform and shared by students at the school. The post was reported to police by a concerned parent. Officers are working with the school officials worked to identify the individual responsible for the threat. By the afternoon, they were able to identify the juvenile responsible for the post and make an arrest. Based on the investigation and information gathered, police and school authorities do not believe there was an immediate threat to students or faculty at the school. This is the second social media post this week threatening a Southwest campus. The earlier threat on Tuesday was believed to be a prank posted by a student who does not live in Imperial County. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
A murder suspect is released. The suspect was arrested in connection with the murder of a Winter Haven resident. 41-year-old Jesus Galindo was killed in Winter Haven this past Saturday. A 21-year-old Yuma resident was arrested in connection with the incident. It is now being reported that there's not enough to charge the suspect, and he was ordered release from jail. In California, there has to be a charge within 48 hours of being arrested. Officials said in this case they need to gather more information before charges can be filed. KXO News Time, 7:44.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires, guaranteed. We're talking the finest names in tires: Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlap, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. Check the prices, then talk to your Quick Lane service advisor. He will give you the best price, guaranteed. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
And with a COVID update, COVID cases are below 200. Here's more on that story.
New numbers were released yesterday morning. Numbers are released by the County Public Health Department. According to the new numbers, there are currently 188 active cases of COVID-19 in Imperial County. COVID-19 tier metrics for Imperial County indicate new cases per day per 100,000 population now at 11, with a positivity rate of 17%. Deaths attributed to the virus remain at 955. KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Students hold a food drive. It was to benefit the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Central Union High School students held the food drive earlier this week on social media. The students helped raise 6,191 pounds of food for the food bank. For more information and for students or businesses who want to host a food drive, just email info@ibfoodbank.org, and they'll get you hooked up there. Yes, this Saturday is a cleanup day in El Centro. From 8 a.m. until noon, the drop-off will be at 599 East Main Street in El Centro. The IVRMA will be available at the drop-off sites. The free drop-off is for El Centro residents only. They must show proof of residency, such as a utility bill or driver's license. They will accept computers, monitors, TVs, passenger tires, truck tires. Rims will also be accepted. No tires from tire businesses will, though. No more than 9 tires to be accepted without a written exemption from the local environment agency. More information is available at ivrma.org. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
The Imperial Tigers are on the air. Tiger football with Mickey Dale and George Grahava on the KXO website, KXORadio.com. Tune in. Tiger football brought to you by
Fans Auto Body, Derma's Floor Covering, Brickhouse Coffee, and Brickhouse Deli.
And with page 2 of the local news, here again is Gene Brister.
The Imperial County Farm Bureau is holding their annual dinner. George Gale has more on the story.
The event will be held October 6th. Tickets are on sale for the Imperial County Farm Bureau 2022 annual dinner. The theme is a celebration of agriculture. The event will be held at Le Tournesol at 4895 Hobley Road in Brawley. Ticket information, if you need information or to buy a ticket, contact the Farm Bureau office in El Centro. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The El Centro State of the City address is coming up and is scheduled for October the 13th. The 2022 State of the City address is expected to be the first event at the new city library. The address will be held in the community room AB beginning at 6 p.m. For those who cannot make it in person, the address of the city, State of the City, as it's called, will be live streamed on KXO Radio. Also, Yuma participating in a national event. Here is more on that story.
The National Tribute is scheduled for October 8th and 9th. It's a light of a night for fallen firefighters. It's the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Weekend. In Yuma, they're making it an entire week of a memorial, beginning this Sunday, October 2nd, and continuing through Sunday, October 9th. All Yuma fire stations, as well as the Yuma City Hall, will be lit 24 hours a day. This is the 41st annual national observation of the Memorial Weekend and will include services to be held on Sunday, October 9th at the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial on the grounds of the National Fire Academy in Emmitsburg, Maryland. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
Here's George Gale with a weather update.
The high temperature yesterday, 101 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 79. National Weather Service says overall drier conditions across the region will limit thunderstorm activity today. High temperatures continue to reach 100 degrees across the lower deserts, with similar to slightly cooler temperatures continuing through the weekend. Weather forecast calling for sunny skies today. Highs right near 101. Winds will be calm. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows around 76. South to southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunny on Saturday. Highs right near 99. Winds will be calm throughout the day on Saturday. And right now, we're looking at 79 degrees, 65% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality moderate in Nyland. Air quality is good for the rest of the region.
Are you tired of all the clutter and junk in your house, your yard, or your business? I've got your answer. Give All Valley Junk Removal a call at 760-623-9499. That's 623-9499. Yes, they'll come by and give you a free estimate on removing your junk. They do it all. Commercial junk removal, tenant cleanouts, storage cleanouts, yard cleanouts, and more. Even heavy objects. All you have to do is call All Valley Junk Removal, 760-623-9499. 623-9499. That's 623-9499. They work 7 days a week to accommodate you. So call All Valley Junk Removal.
And it is time for the Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital, the Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. High school football, it's Friday after all. Mickey Dale and George Grijalva, they're going to be in Calexico to bring you the Imperial Tigers Calexico Bulldogs game on the KXO website, KXORadio.com. Carroll Buckley and John Dripple will be at Cal Jones Field in El Centro for the Central Spartans and Mater Dei Crusaders. Pre-game starts at 6:45 p.m. on the KXO YouTube channel and on KXO AM 1230. Other games tonight, high school football games. Southwest will be at Copa. Palo Verde Valley takes on Vincent Memorial, and Brawley is at Gila Ridge. In the NFL yesterday, it was the Bengals over the Dolphins, 27-15. Scary situation in the at the end of the second half. The quarterback for Miami, Tua Tagovailoa, was hit. Well, he was hit. Yeah, he was. He was sacked, and he hit his head and on the turf, suffering head and neck injuries. He was transported to the hospital. Apparently, under he's been released. He's been released and he's under observation, but he's out of the hospital and he is home. The games this weekend, Sunday, there's a real early game. The Vikings and the Saints are playing. They'll be on the TV at 6:30 in the morning. They're playing in London, England. The games that we will broadcast, we have the Broncos at the Raiders Sunday afternoon. That'll be on FM 107.5, the Raider station for the Imperial Valley. The Chiefs at the Broncos, that's Sunday night football. Monday night football, the Rams at the 49ers. Both of those games on AM 1230 KXO. We'll have more in just a minute.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
And on the Major League Baseball scoreboard, limited schedules. A lot of them took the day off yesterday. White Sox beat the Twins 4-3. Tigers over the Royals 10-3. Red Sox got by the Orioles 5-3. The Cubs beat the Phillies 2-0. It was the Guardians over the Rays 2-1. Marlins beat the Brewers 4-2. Angels beat the Athletics 4-2. Ohtani pitched a gem, boosting his chances for MVP. He's in competition for that, you know. Dodgers came back and beat the Padres 5-2. Mariners over the Rangers in 11 innings, 10-9. And it was the Giants over the Rockies by a score of 6-4. That's it. That's a look at sports, a Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
And your financial news and weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. Wall Street's main indexes opened lower this morning as resilient core inflation in August stoked fears of more big-sized interest rate hikes, denting a rebound in consumer spending. Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 102.58 points, or 0.35% at the open to open at 29,123.03. S&P 500 opened lower by 6.99 points, or 0.19% at 3633.48, while the Nasdaq Composite dropped 39.80 points, or 0.37% to 10,697.71 at the opening bell.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
The high temperature yesterday, 101 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 79. National Weather Service says overall drier conditions across the region will limit thunderstorm activity today. High temperatures continue to reach 100 degrees across the lower deserts, with similar to slightly cooler temperatures continuing through the weekend. Weather forecast calling for sunny skies today. Highs right near 101. Winds will be calm. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows around 76. South to southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunny on Saturday. Highs right near 99. Winds will be calm throughout the day on Saturday. And right now we're looking at 79 degrees, 65% the relative humidity. Financial news and weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
They have great weekday specials.
I like the friendly environment, the friendly staff, the cold beer, and the best wings in town.
Burgers and Beer, what I like about Burgers and Beer, the menu, everything on the menu is great. I'm working my way through the menu. My favorite thing right now is the grilled tuna chipotle sandwich. That's what I had yesterday, and it was delicious.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
It's 8 o'clock at KXO El Centro, California.
I'm Steve Kafin. Attention's focused on the South Carolina coast as Hurricane Ian churns closer to land.
Try to be safe out there today for the next couple of days. It might get a little rough.
The storm's now a Category 1. CBS's Mark Strassman is in Charleston.
This part of the coast is known as the low country because so much of it sits at or below sea level, especially vulnerable to flooding. In the forecast with Ian, a storm surge of up to 7 feet. One more issue, Ian's noon arrival coincides with high tide today. That is bad timing.
In Florida, officials report at least 21 deaths believed linked to the storm as it cut a path through the state yesterday. Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie says it may be a while before bodies can be retrieved.
The water was up over the rooftop, but we had a Coast Guard rescue swimmer swim down into it, and he could identify that it appeared to be human remains. We do not know exactly how many.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says efforts are intensifying to get to as many hard-hit spots as possible.
Rescue personnel have gone to more than 3,000 homes in the hardest-hit areas, going door to door to check on the occupants of those residences.
CBS's David Begnaud is in Fort Myers, a city that took a severe pounding from Ian.
Homes were just ripped from their foundations. I mean, people are homeless this morning. A lot of people are in shelters. Others have driven for hours looking for hotels. In a lot of places, the high water has started to recede, and that's really giving us the best look yet at the destruction.
Well, Russia has formally annexed 4 provinces in eastern Ukraine. The U.S. and its allies have responded with new sanctions on more than 1,000 individuals and entities inside and outside Russia. President Biden says Russia has showed contempt for peaceful nations everywhere. CBS's Charlie D'Agata says Vladimir Putin is vowing Russia will defend those newly annexed areas.
He's threatened to use nuclear weapons, and he says he's not bluffing. Few here, including President Zelensky, think that he is bluffing. That might mean a small tactical nuclear weapon used somewhere on the battlefield is a terrifying demonstration of power.
President Zelensky today said his country is submitting an accelerated application to join NATO. First appearance at the U.S. Supreme Court today for new Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. A ceremonial investiture for her, the first black woman on the high court, coming just a few days before the court's new term. Checking Wall Street right now, it's a mixed bag. The Dow is down about 16 points. The S&P is up 10. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure for fast, powerful nighttime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. NyQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
This tech update is sponsored by Dell Small Business. Spring and summer are synonymous with cleaning, and we're not just talking brooms and mops. You should take time to organize your digital life too. So make sure your passwords are up to date and delete photos and videos that are taking up too much space on your devices. Inside every growing business, there's an innovator. Dell Technologies has the tools to empower yours, like smart PCs powered by the Intel vPro platform that's built for business. Find tech that's right for you by calling a Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
A new federal report is out on suicide.
Suicides overall increased in the United States by about 4% from 2020 to 2021. That according to the CDC's National Center for Health Statistics. When you drill down, though, the report found that males ages 15 to 24 are at a higher risk than other groups, an increase of 8%. Over the summer, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services launched a national crisis hotline.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis,
suicide is among the leading causes of death here in the United States. Sabrina Cupid for CBS News, Atlanta.
Nobel Prize winners will be announced starting next week. Members of the European Parliament are calling for President Vladimir Zelensky and the people of Ukraine to be recognized for the Peace Prize for resisting the Russian invasion. It would be unprecedented for a wartime leader to get the Peace Prize. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Jose Munoz.
The parts when I was awake blew my mind.
AM 1230.